In the ancient land of Greece, where gods and mortals intertwined, there was born a hero of unmatched strength and courage. His name was Hercules. This is the tale of his 12 labors, a journey of redemption that would etch his name in the annals of history. A sudden ominous cloud descends as an oracle arrives, her eyes glowing with prophetic power. Hercules, son of Zeus, your destiny is fraught with trials. To atone for a grievous sin, you must undertake 12 labors. Only through these challenges can you find redemption and immortality, the oracle said. Hercules, with determination in his eyes, sets off on his journey, unaware of the perils that await. Hercules' first task was to slay the Nemean lion, a beast of immense strength and invulnerable hide. Failure meant death, but success would mark the beginning of his legendary deeds. Hercules enters the dark, foreboding forest of Nemea. The lion's roars echo, sending chills down his spine. After an intense battle, where every blow seems futile, Hercules realizes the lion's hide cannot be pierced. Using his immense strength, he strangles the beast with his bare hands. He returns to King Eurystheus, the man who assigns the labors, wearing the lion's hide as armor. Eurystheus, terrified, retreats, issuing the next labor from the safety of his chambers. The Hydra, a monstrous serpent with multiple heads, awaited Hercules in the swamps of Lerna. For each head he severed, 2 more would grow in its place. Hercules and his loyal nephew Iolaus arrive at the murky swamps. The Hydra emerges, its hissing heads a terrifying sight. Hercules battles valiantly, cutting off heads, but they regenerate rapidly. Realizing brute force alone won't work, Iolaus uses a burning torch to cauterize the necks, preventing them from regenerating. With this clever tactic, they finally slay the beast. The third labor was to capture the Ceryneian hind, a sacred deer with golden antlers and bronze hooves. Swift and elusive, the hind was a challenge not of strength, but of patience. For a year, Hercules tracks the hind through forests and mountains, always just out of reach. His persistence pays off as he finally traps the hind near a river, capturing it without causing harm. He brings it back to Eurystheus, who once again cowers before the hero's presence. Hercules' next task was to capture the Erymanthian boar, a monstrous creature that terrorized the countryside. Hercules ventures into the snow-covered mountains. The boar charges, its tusks glinting in the winter sun. Using his strength and wit, Hercules chases the boar into a deep snowdrift, immobilizing it. He carries it back to Eurystheus, who, terrified, hides in a large bronze jar. For his 5th labor, Hercules was tasked with cleaning the Augean stables, home to thousands of cattle, in a single day. The stench and filth were legendary. Hercules arrives at the stables, assessing the impossible task. Using his ingenuity, he diverts 2 rivers to flow through the stables, washing away the filth in a matter of hours. Eurystheus, increasingly frustrated by Hercules' success, assigns him more dangerous labors. The Stymphalian birds, with their metallic feathers and deadly beaks, terrorized the people of Stymphalos. Hercules' task was to drive them away. Hercules reaches the marshlands, where the sky is darkened by the flocks of vicious birds. Using bronze castanets given to him by Athena, he creates a deafening noise that startles the birds. As they take flight, Hercules shoots them down with his bow and arrows, clearing the skies. The 7th labor was to capture the Cretan bull, a beast of great power that rampaged across Crete. Hercules arrives in Crete and confronts the bull, its eyes burning with fury. After a fierce struggle, Hercules wrestles the bull into submission, binding it with chains. He brings it back to Eurystheus, who is forced to acknowledge his strength and courage. Hercules' next task was to capture the mares of Diomedes, wild horses that fed on human flesh. Hercules sails to Thrace, where he encounters the vicious mares. After a brutal battle with Diomedes and his men, Hercules subdues the mares by feeding them their master, calming their wild nature. He leads them back to Eurystheus, who can no longer deny Hercules' growing legend. Hippolyta, the queen of the Amazons, possessed a magical belt. Hercules was tasked with retrieving it, a mission fraught with diplomatic and physical dangers. Hercules sails to the land of the Amazons. Initially welcomed by Hippolyta, Hera's deceit leads to a misunderstanding, causing the Amazons to attack. Hercules, forced into battle, overcomes them and retrieves the belt, though he mourns the unnecessary conflict. For his 10th labor, Hercules had to travel to the end of the known world to retrieve the cattle of the three-bodied giant, Geryon. Hercules ventures to the distant island of Erythea. After a fierce battle with Geryon and his guard dog, Orthrus, Hercules retrieves the cattle. The journey back is long and arduous, but he succeeds, delivering the cattle to Eurystheus. The penultimate labor was to retrieve the golden apples of the Hesperides, guarded by a 100-headed dragon and the nymphs of evening. Hercules seeks the aid of Atlas, who holds up the sky. Convincing Atlas to retrieve the apples while he temporarily bears the sky on his shoulders, Hercules cleverly tricks Atlas into resuming his burden, returning with the apples. The final labor was the most dangerous of all, to descend into the underworld and capture Cerberus, the three-headed guardian of Hades' realm. Hercules, with the guidance of Hermes and Athena, enters the underworld. After a tense encounter with Hades, he is allowed to take Cerberus if he can do so without weapons. Using his immense strength, Hercules wrestles the beast into submission, leading it back to the surface. Having completed the 12 labors, Hercules returned to Olympus, his spirit tested and purified. Through his trials, he found redemption and earned his place among the gods. And so, the tale of Hercules, marked by trials and triumphs, became a beacon of courage and resilience. His legacy, immortalized in the stars, serves as a reminder that redemption and glory are earned through perseverance and strength. In every challenge faced, in every victory won, the spirit of Hercules endures, inspiring heroes for all time.